There are several deer species scattered throughout the world. They're native to the Americas but have been introduced to Europe, the South Pacific, and the Caribbean. They include white-tailed deers, black-tailed deers, and the mule deer, which has ears like a mule. The white-tailed deer are the country's most common. 30 million of them live throughout the United States today. The state that contains the largest white-tailed deer population is Texas, which is home to over 5.3 million of them. One of the white-tailed deer's greatest defenses against predators is speed. The animals have been known to run as fast as 35 miles per hour for several miles at a time. They're also extra nimble, capable of bounding through the woods to escape a threat at a moment's notice. While people see color on a broad spectrum, deer mostly pick out short blue and middle green wavelengths of color. They show much less sensitivity to reds and oranges. This essentially means that deer are red-green colorblind. A fully grown bull elk, can weigh 700 to 730 pounds. Even the biggest male white-tailed deer usually only reaches around 300 pounds, though they don't usually even hit that weight. White-tailed deer are North America's smallest deer species and typically clock in between 100 to 150 pounds. People sometimes think that deer are dumb because the expression "deer in the headlights" suggests that animals react poorly to high-stress situations. However, this reaction is not a result of stupidity. The sudden brightness temporarily blinds the deer. It has a similar effect as when someone turns on the light in a pitch-black room, making them freeze. Males in every deer species except for the Chinese water deer grow antlers. Some species also get tusks, which serve as another defense mechanism. Deer antlers can grow extremely quickly. They've even been found to gain a quarter inch in a single day. Bucks will shed them after rutting season ends, then regrow a new set. The average male deer has a lifespan of 6 years, while the average female lives for 12. Comparatively, moose tend to survive for 15 to 25 years, and elk live for 10 to 13. Deer can hear upwards of 54,000 hertz. That's similar to the average dog's hearing, and about 3 times better than what humans can detect. The animals will definitely hear you before you see them, making it hard to sneak up on them in the wild. It's possible to spot deer in the middle of the day, but they're typically most active at dawn and dusk. Weather also plays a part in determining how active the deer in your area may be. They tend to nap during warm weather and emerge when conditions cool. Most white-tailed deer enjoy meals of grass, fruit like apples, and berries and nuts. The animals can be a real pain for gardeners and orchard owners, as they'll munch on fruit trees and ornamental plants. They may also resort to eating bark and twigs when other options are scarce, and a camera trap once even caught one eating human remains. Deer that live in places where dwindling food supplies will often migrate to a better location for the winter months. Those with year-round access to food tend to stay in the same place. Interestingly, the survival rates for migrational and stationary deer are the same, so any long journeys don't seem to put the animals at a noticeable disadvantage. One of Disney's most famous animals is Bambi, who was modeled after a white-tailed deer. An animator who worked on the movie was from Maine and turned to his childhood environment for inspiration. At one point during Bambi's development, a fawn from the state was even transported all the way to Hollywood. Bambi isn't the only member of his species to star in a famous film. Though Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer is, as his name suggests, supposed to be a reindeer, he was actually modeled after a white-tailed deer in the 1964 Rankin Bass Holiday Special. So there you have just a few fun facts about deer.